Welcome to the Grasslands, where the only thing standing between you and a trophy antelope is pretty much nothing. And herein lies the problem. Bowhunting antelope in open country is a challenge like no other. With no trees, no shadows, and nowhere to hide, the odds are completely in their favor. Admittedly, this is a weird style of bow hunting for me. Getting eyes on an antelope can be an extremely simple task. You get in the truck, you drive, and voila, there they are. But stalking into bow range and executing a good shot on a creature that lives in 4-inch tall grass in the middle of the open plains, that is the hard part. Antelope have incredible eyesight and are the fastest mammal on the North American continent, so when they decide to get out of Dodge, it doesn't take long. Bow hunting them is often plagued by long stalks, immense frustration, and long-range archery shots. My only reward for my last 2 times bow hunting antelope were a few less arrows and a belly rash from crawling through dried grass. In the fall of 2024, I headed up to Nebraska to settle the score and knock another animal off my list on the pursuit of the North American Big Game Super Slam.
What's up, guys? So we made it to Antelope Camp last night. Jake. Gabe and I took the maiden voyage in the rooftop tent, and I had a fantastic night's sleep. Gabe had a little rougher night's sleep with a single blanket. And I'm coming from Texas, so it was 106 degrees, and it's only, 50s here last night?
Like cold.
Mid-50s last night. So basically what we're doing this morning, what I've learned antelope hunting is I'm not going to get up on a glass and knob. I'm going to drive through these fields and just locate an antelope before I get out and start a stalk. So we might put a lot of miles on the truck today. I got the Decoy in the back of the truck if we need to use that, but the plan is to drive around, find an antelope in one of these little ravines or ditches that's got a good stalkable position, and then go after them from there. But we'll see what the day brings. Got a jet boil coffee, and we're ready to go. Here we go. We got 3 goats spotted, 3 bucks too. One was on public, and he just crossed the fence on a private, I'm pretty sure. And we have 2 more that are bedded up here just on this ledge. So I don't know if they're on public or not. We're going to drive up onto this hill and get a little better look at them. But 3 really good bucks. So hopefully we can get on them. But I got out on top of the back of the truck and glassed them up. So let's take a look and see if we can get a stalk on these ones. To the hill. Just remember that monument.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're not by that monument no more.
Oh, I can see it so good now. Come take a look if you want.
Okay.
Something in between us and them. We'll just walk up on another antelope just like in Inferno. The good thing is too is they're in that grass that's about knee high, and we can use those bushes to stalk.
As we walked down into the ravine, these antelope started walking closer and closer to the private land as we stocked up and got ready for a shot. good first stalk. We just ran out of real estate. We had this buck come to about 150 yards. We used this dry. There we go. It won't get audio from over there either. We used this dry creek bed to work up, and we got to 150, and he was just right on the other side of the fence on the private. He was on the public when we started the stalk, but really nice buck. That's just kind of how it goes on public land sometimes. So we're gonna go back to the truck, and we are gonna get hydrated and keep looking for some goats. We really haven't drove that much, and we found 4 bucks. So maybe try to find a goat that's deep in the heart of public so we can stalk it a little more. But that's what we're up to.
Okay, so we drove 30 yards and there's another goat down here. It's just a ewe or a doe. So I'm gonna get up on the truck and see if there's any other goats in here, but she's only like 300 yards away. It'd be awesome if there was a buck just on that little crevice right there. So we're gonna try to be stealthy. Let's kill the truck and see what we can do here. Okay, let's be quiet.
After those other goats getting onto the private land on our first stalk, we immediately located another goat across the road. This goat was in some of the thinnest, shortest grass that I'd seen on the whole Grasslands. Even with that, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I thought I'm going to throw the decoy on my bow, walk at this goat, and just see what happens. I've heard stories of people walking at goats with decoys before and just had them come charging their way. So I figured worst case scenario, I walk out here and I scare this goat. Best case scenario, he gets a little stupid.
I'm looking at a pronghorn, fellas, and he's a big one. I think that's the biggest one we've seen, honestly.
Does he got hooks?
Dude, he comes back like this, yeah, for sure.
And
he's got a doe with him, but I'm gonna try to get some footage for you guys.
That spot and scope with the clip on is coming in handy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, dude.
That's a good buck.
He's a really good one. He's walking towards us.
That buck is headed over the hill, and we are going to try to beat him to that water trough. They're headed that way. Let's do it. First stop by the game wardens for the trip. We got called in by a landowner for parking on public land and driving down a county road through his property to the next piece of public. When we asked the game warden if that was legal, they said, we don't know. So that's funny. And then right after the guy took a picture of our truck, he sped off, drove down to where the antelope were, and ran them off with his truck, which we told the game warden too. But obviously we got some salty landowners out here in western Nebraska. But that's what we've been up to today. I think we've got 5 stalks in so far. We're gonna go and pick up my GoPro that I left on the ground, and then go try to find some more bedded goats and get after them. But my last stalk was like an hour and a half and a long ways, and didn't end up getting it done. So I'm hoping for better results now that the antelope are bedded down and it's the hottest part of the day. I can see 2 goats right here out in the field right now. So that's what we're up to. Hopefully we'll kill some goats. Gabe, check those out.
Is this private? It's probably not right.
We got 4 goats over here. Let's go kill one. So after I missed that shot on the goats down in the bottom, we immediately walked over to another ridge, located another goat, and he was headed right our direction. I was leaning up a lot taller than the grass that we were sitting in, trying to get a range, because admittedly, getting range was the hardest thing on this trip. You had constant swaying grass, and the goats aren't that high off the ground either, so I leaned higher and higher and higher.
So I missed, and so I don't get to eat tonight. I'm fasting. Gabe's gonna eat. If you're a loser and you miss, you don't get food. I won't get any water until I get another shot opportunity. We actually had a really nice buck at 80 yards, and found a really good spot in here. Since you can camp on national forest ground, we're just gonna literally stay way back in here tonight and eat and get in bed. I burned 4,000 calories today chasing freaking goats. I gotta get some rest to recoup from the mental torture of missing a goat.
Here's the 4,000 more, boys.
Yeah.
Alright, boys.
Okay, so I'm putting my clothes on this morning, getting a thorn out of my hand, and Gabe's about to. There's a big old buck on a ridge over there. Far ridge, literally probably about 500 or 600 yards from where we camped last night.
Right.
There's a lot of topography over there, so I would say, dude, we can drive up on that hill, get down in that bottom, walk all the way down that bottom, and pop up over on him. But he's a freaking good buck. Lord, please be with us today. I need it after going full dummy yesterday. So we're about 600 yards from this goat. He walked back onto public. We're gonna jump over this ridge, go all the way down, and then try to jump over right on top of him. He's in this little bitty bowl. Let's do it.
So me and Gabe pursued this goat all morning. I took off my shoes, walked up to the top of the hill, and eventually found him a few hundred yards away, sitting, hanging out on private land. If you watch this far into the video, you're probably realizing this is a theme for this trip. Those goats know the invisible borders between private and public land like the back of their hands, even when there's no fence. So we regrouped and headed out for the next stock.
I wonder why he's bedded right there. He's like, wee. Him and his buddy are conveniently 50 yards over the fence. Yeah. Why is that? I wonder. I wonder, my friend. All right, so we found some bedded goats. Finally. Only problem is they're in the one piece of non-public access in this whole tens of thousands of acres. So it's literally in the middle of public that's not public that they're in. So this is the story of the trip.
Alright guys, so as you could just see, Christian is currently putting on a stalk by himself. He's walking down. As we were kind of like driving down, I spotted a goat to our right, probably only about 150 yards at the most, out there just chilling. So Christian is now putting on a stalk by himself. I'm gonna try to get him on film. The goat turned and ran, but we never saw him go up the hill or the drainage or anything, and we definitely would have seen the goat if if he ran, you know. So that's what kind of made us think that he was still just right in there. So we were like, screw it, let's go in there. Now that is what he is doing. Barely can see him. And Christian is right there, guys. You barely see his head. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm just trying to keep watching this go. And
The only thing that can cheer us up is some tacos. So me and Gabe are doing tacos tonight. Ask me to see my spatula. Okay, fine, I'll show it to you. Dude, I have not done a bunch of camping where I'm the chef, so I just like forget like utensils or like
blankets.
A spatula. No, I had you a blanket. Don't lie about that. I had Gabe a blanket. It's not my fault. He can't get warm. But no, we're doing simple tacos or beef, 2 pounds of beef, taco seasoning, and some cheese, and we even have lettuce. So we're doing some tacos tonight. Day 2 wrapped up. Got a shot at that goat. Gabe didn't press record. He's looking through his binos. He wanted to see me shoot it. I get it. But got a good opportunity on that goat tonight, and he ended up stepping off several yards past where I ended up shooting him, so I shot him about 4 foot low. Getting out here ranging is just becoming a real problem. Like, you try to range the animal, and the grass shows you, like, for instance, I was trying to range that buck when he was about 120 yards away, and my rangefinder said 7 yards because I was getting grass in front of me. So that's been tough. Shot at a nice buck today, 4 foot under him, close but no cigar. We'll try again tomorrow, but this old bad boy right here, this rooftop tent, she's been doing us pretty good. So we're not staying rough by any means, and we're actually staying here probably 5 miles deep on the national forest. Yes, you can sleep on the national forest, and it's been a really fun trip, but just haven't quite sealed the deal yet. There's always tomorrow. Good morning, y'all. It's the last and final day, day 3 of chasing these speed goats all over the grasslands. Plan today is just to drive around, find a goat, and try to stalk it. The same plan as the other few days. So we only had 3 days up here, and then we're headed down to hunt mule deer with Jake and Jesse. So that's the plan today. Gonna make some coffee. It looks like it's freaking 10 o'clock when you look out here, but it's 6:50. So it's been a pretty fun trip. What have you thought about it, Gabe, so far?
It's been fun, and I will say speed goats are the hardest animals that I've ever chased, for sure. By far, they're so much harder. If I see any of them on my Instagram feed, respect to you guys from now on.
Facts, that's what I'm saying. I've been boiling the coffee, dude, and then I gotta wait 20 minutes to drink it. I'm gonna try not to boil it today. There's something uniquely challenging and fun about the spot and stalk style, especially in the open plains. It seems nearly impossible, but you come back each year just knowing eventually, in the right scenario, with the right stalk and the right shot, you can get it done. The open prairie leaves you whooped, but always wanting to come back for more.